All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the third moto, the finale of the Hogtona International Speedway 500. 3 motos, triple crown. I'm faded now. Let's go for third moto. And this is going to close it out. And with these triple crowns, you never know what the hell can happen. 2 moto format usually has a pretty clear rhythm to it, but with the third moto, switches up things a lot more than you would expect. And now we're going to get into it here with Hunter and Pancake right and left on the front row. Then we're going to have Slaunch and Soul, Optics and Detail, Camby and Matt, Armada and Vulcan, Roman and Luke in the back. Let's go on board for the start of this race. We're going to be doing another 35 laps. Green flag for Hogtona. The surprise opener. Oh, Luch with some tactics here. Going for the speed scrub. Going to try to get the run here. Let's see how this works out. Oh, it's going to work for one. Maybe not the rest. Oh, wait. The run is coming in. The run is coming in. The 4 wide. Oh. They keep it clean. 4 wide through the last turn. Now it goes to 3 wide. Look at the runs and look at how it's shifting. Dude, this is actually... I'm so happy with how this turned out. Big dives to the inside. Contact in the wall. Big run in the back. 4 wide again. Can't even tell who's all in it with the color cheese. It looks like Luke, Armada, Detail, and it was somebody. Oh, a little contact. More 3 wides. Great battling early on into Moto 3 here. And look at this. This top 3 is just... Oh, no! And one driver... That's going to warrant a caution. It's Soul this time. That is absolutely going to warrant a caution. Soul is in the turn, and he is not moving. So we're going to have a caution here for sure. Race to the line right here. Great battles. And look at how separated it got. The top 3 got so far away because everybody in this other pack was just absolutely duking it out. And they're all taking a peek. It looks like it's Hunter leading them down right now. Looked like it was Hunter. All right, let's go. Get them lined up here. We're going to be going green again. 105 laps total on the night. A little over halfway of the actual Daytona total, which is not bad for Halo. Green flag. Hogtona 500 event next year. Thoughts? Anyone? God, that would actually be absurd. That would actually be absurd. Oh, lag cheese, and we're gonna have a lag out. I saw a wheelie happening, and that was not a good sign. Detail is off the scene. Word to Scumpy. We're gonna have a race to the line, and I'm gonna spoil it. We're gonna have a full reset for this one as well. So. That's going to be it for the first film here. We're going to have to switch films. So there's the race to the line. We'll get them lined back up. Got to get everybody set in the lobby. That's going to take a while. So, you know, technical difficulty. So, yeah, we had to reset cheese, but we reset it. Bahrain. I'm leaving that in the video. Don't care. All right. So it's going to be Hunter, Slaunch, Pancake, Camby, Roman, Optics, Armada, Matt, Soul, Vulcan, Luke, and Detail in the back row. We got them back in the lobby. Detail went for a quick trip to Chick-fil-A. He got the food. He's back. Green flag. Hunter with a great start. And I believe we were we 6 laps in? Yo, producer in my ear. Were we 6 laps in? I think we were 6 laps in. So 29 to go now in this second run of it. And it's going to be Hunter with a great start. Slaunch in second. We got Camby in third right now. Big runs on the outside. Oh my. Yeah, you can see the runs. You can see the runs. I love this track. That was like a kind of a 5 wide in the back of the pack if you saw that there for a second. It was... You know, it was kind of a flimsy 5 wide call, but I'm going to count it. I'm going to count it. We had a 5 wide at Hogtona. I don't care. Hunter's still leading him down, and Slaunch still just being up front. Hopefully he can keep it there.
Lap complete.
Hopefully he can keep it there. All right, let's get a replay. Producer in my ear. Hold on, let's get a replay. Wait, is it gonna? Wait. Oh, we're valid.
Race.
Yo, edit this out. Edit this out. Yo, edit this out. Yo, Yerski, Scump or Nade Shot or Luch in a 1v1v1. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Scump, Nade Shot, Luch, and Crim 6 in a 1v1 face-off right now. Who wins? Me? Give that man a bonus point. I'm taking a sip. Oh, fuck. That's a good point. All right. 1v1 in COD. And then 1v1 in real-life physical altercation. Who do you have winning in those two scenarios in the 4-way 1v1 tournament? Okay. That's fair. All right. Oh, yeah. Replay. All right, we're going to an instant replay on the start because my producer has informed me that we have some instant replay worthy material. You see, Detail lost a little bit of ground, but that gave him a clean run. And then look at this, to the outside, around the outside, like the Trailer Park Girls. It's going to make a 4-way pass through the tri-oval. What a move. Armada is definitely peeping that and keeping that in the bank for later when he's going to, you know, pull out his late race moves when we get to the end. Hunter and Slaunch still 1-2.
Lap complete.
Slaunch with a bit of a run, but not going to make anything happen. Okay, this is getting kind of spicy. Wall contact for Armada right there. And now Detail has a little bit of... What? Wait, somebody... Oh, no. Save it. Oh! I think that was the cheese. That was the cheese that I referenced this off stream. Or off video, sorry. This is the cheese I was talking about, alright? This is the cheese I was talking about. Let's watch the replay of this. Alright, on Vulcan POV. I'm telling you, right here on my POV, I'm like in Vulcan. And I'm like trying to turn left and it's just not happening. Okay, I guess it was Vulcan more so than me. But like on my screen, that was just not happening. Like that is not what it looked like at all. But either way, it gets cheesed. And I believe we're going to have a caution for that. Detail getting cheesed in the wall. The battle. And I believe we're going to have a caution for that. Race to the line. It's going to be Hunter and Slaunch. And it looks like, I think that was that Armada? Low-key kind of looked like Camby. It was definitely Camby. Camby taking that podium spot on Hogtona as we're going to line him back up. Wait, is it not caution? Okay. Yeah, we're going to line it back up. Nothing to see there. All right. Line them back up. We're going to 59 on this restart of the lobby. It's Camby and Slaunch. It's not Dude, it's Hunter and Slaunch. Green flag.
Lap complete.
Nice and clean so far, but are they going to be able to keep it clean out of turn 2? That is always the question. Slaunch with some contact. Big drift for Roman. Multiple drivers with the runs. Going to go to the inside. Pancake to the inside that time. I can't tell who's on the outside at the moment. Multiple battles. Oh, big contact. And that's going to be quite the pack right here. Yeah, this is going to be a 7-driver pack for sure. They all got caught in that contact, and those guys are all going to be duking it out with each other. The rest of these guys trying to get away. Double 3 wide. That was pretty hot. You got to admit. That was pretty hot. Double 3 wide. Clean exits out of turn 2. Hats off to the drivers involved in that. That was actually pretty sick. And they're keeping it going. All right, it's 2x2 that time, but they're keeping it going into turn 4. Great job. You can tell people are starting to get used to it. Starting to adapt to it. Oh, no! Hunter and Camby. Cheese up front, and that's going to hurt Hunter a ton. That's going to hurt Hunter a ton. I believe it's going to pull a caution. Camby just gets past on the inside right there. I don't know how that happened, but I think that was Slaunch just absolutely cruised by Camby. I don't know if Camby just lost like so much momentum right there, but that was not great. Slaunch just, usually it's in the straightaways, but that was in the turn and just went by. No caution yet. No caution yet. Maybe no caution at all for that one. Maybe called single on track. Camby having a oh! 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 What the hell was that? All right, we got to watch this. We got to watch this. All right, keep your eyes right there. Wall contact, and then, oh! We might have to watch an onboard POV. Of course that was Roman. Of course that was Roman. We got to get an onboard view of that. That was one of the dumbest crashes I've ever seen. Let's see what happened here. So onboard with Roman. Wheelie. Oh, he gets in the wall. And then he's... Oh, wait! Yeah. That should actually be a screenshot. Hold on. This needs to be the thumbnail. I'll tell you when. Like right here. Like right there where he's just rested on our... That needs to be... That needs to be a thumbnail right there. So he makes contact with the wall, he gets put upside down, is on top of Armada on his hood, and then he gets dismounted, and then his hog is wild. Get it? And then he gets hit by Soul here as his new hog spawns, and he gets absolutely sent so many feet in the air, and eventually comes to a landing. Oh, I'll get the thumbnail, trust. All right, one more. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. We're going to get another slow-mo replay on this. Last one. Okay, so you see right there, Armada pops the wheelie, as they say down south. And then right there, wall contact, and then boom. Armada's view is completely blocked. Armada's view is completely blocked. Roman is upside down on the other side, on top of the Visog. And then he's just on it. He's just on him. He gets sent out, and then I believe it's Soul makes contact with him here. Boom! Oh! And Roman does a 3-6. Well, it's more of a 180 for the stands. His phase tryout. I don't know if he's getting in with that one, but commendable for sure. But anyways, that has got to be a caution. I guess we're going to the line, but that's absolutely a caution for sure. That was a great crash, possibly crash of the night. Roman's hog went absolutely wild. Speaking of wild hogs, does anybody remember the movie with all the, past their prime stars, wild hogs? Anybody else remember that? Anyways. Not a good movie, but all right, restart. John Travolta, Tim Allen, anyone? Green flag. It's Slaunch leading him down again, and like I said, Slaunch, he just can't seem to get the win in these things, but Daytona in the fall and then Hogtona here in the winter. I mean, Slaunch runs up front a lot in these races. He definitely is good at these tracks. He just can't seem to get out of that, like, podium or second place at best finish. He just can't seem to close out the win. But, oh, big contact. Maybe not a caution on that one, though. But that being said, I mean, Slaunch is definitely good at these tracks, but he just needs to find a way to get out of that second, third place bubble because he runs around the podium and often leads in these races, but just needs to get that spot at the end. He just can't seem to figure it out. I'm very curious where Turkey was our previous Daytona winner. I'm curious how he would have done in this one. I wish he would have showed up for this one, defended the title. But unfortunately wasn't here. What? Pancake pulls off at this point in the Moto to go check the dry cleaning. I made that up. I don't know. Big battle. Oh, wall contact for Opix, I think. Probably a caution on that one, I would assume. So potentially Slaunch for the lead right there. Not too sure. I kind of blacked out, I'm not going to lie. But I think that may have been a caution. Slaunch, you got to think. Okay, hold on. Is that maybe... Yeah. You got to think. All right. Analysis. Right now, in the lead, you got to think Slaunch is thinking about the factors that lead to him being in this position, right? And whether it's going to, help out his chance at winning the race or not. And you got to think he's thinking right now about whether he got a breakfast sausage crunch wrap at Taco Bell in the morning, and if that's going to positively or negatively affect his outcome in the race. Green flag. Not sponsored. You got to think if he got one, he probably raises his chances of winning by like 1,000%. Big runs on the outside for Matt in detail again, like what we saw at the end of Moto 2 right there. Those guys are really hooking it up on the outside in that turn 2 exit. Oh, not that time for Matt, though. Makes big contact. And that's going to... Oh, man, that is tough for Matt. He's in a great position right there. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Especially after... Got a decent finish in Moto 2, I think. Let me double check. You got a top 5, right? Yep, Matt got 5th in Moto 2. So he's trying to bring the momentum. And unfortunately, that's not going to help. But it's still early in the race here. Hunter and Slaunch for the battle, for the lead. And now Detail is rapidly approaching. Having big runs on the track. I was going to make a joke. I can't do it now that there's a caution. All right, I'll save that one for later. All right. Tire warmage going on in the back of the pack. Oh, wow. We're getting really close to the end. Green flag. Like 11 laps or so. This Moto is rolling by. I don't know why. It just feels like this Moto... Even though Moto 2 had that long green flag run, it just feels like this one is just freaking flying by. Turn 2 exit. Oh my god. Big contact for Soul in the back. Massive contact there. Oh no! The lag cheese! No! Hunter and Slaunch. Oh, caution for sure. Oh, that is a tough break. Hunter was at least able to recover a little bit, but Slaunch got absolutely cheesed by that. And that is tough because, again, another situation where, like, Slaunch could easily... He's been getting the shit end of the stick a lot of the time. He could easily get... It could easily be getting, like, top 5s in all these motos, but, man, he's going to have to recover hard. Not a lot of time to do it now, too. Pressure's on for him after running very well this entire moto. Unfortunate scenes for Slaunch here. But we run it back. 9 laps to go. Green flag. Cheese on the restart. The outside line. Not really sure what happened there.
Lap complete.
I think it's Luke in detail up front right now. And it's Camby and Hunter trying to hook up for the draft. 3 wide. It's working. A little cheese in the back. I don't think it's caution worthy. It's working. Look at the draft. It's working. Hunter and Camby, they're going by. Too much of the draft. Oh, no. And that is the risk that you run with the draft cheese. They were making so many gains. Tough break for Matt there at the end of it. And Hunter, they were making so many gains. But you get to that exit, and a lot of the time, it's similar to what happened with Luke and Slaunch and at the end of that Moto 2. You try to make the draft cheese work, but if you go too hard in the corner... Alright. If you go too hard in the corners, a lot of the time, what can happen is you just... on this track, the exit is already so difficult, you just absolutely cheese on the exit of the turn. So that happens. That's the risk with it. Unfortunately, it did not work out for them that time. We're going 7 laps to go. The cautions are starting to come out because we're in the crunch time. Potentially the last... Well, not potentially. It is the last moto for Hogtona. Green flag. Potentially the last restart. That's what I was going to say. Camby leading him down, by the way. Camby in detail. Camby running the middle. I think that's smart. Leaves the room. Oh my. Oh no. I gotta watch a replay of that. That was amazing. Hold on. I gotta watch a replay of those drifts. One replay real quick. Sorry. Can't help it. But look at this. In the mid-pack and in the front here. Watch Camby drifting so hard trying not to cheese. And then Opix just loses it right there in the back. Gets into the rock, and this is something that I love, again, about this track. All the things that you usually don't... Well, the Hogs, too. All the things that you usually don't see in Halo racing. We're having legit... That's probably a caution back there. Wow, he's stuck. Slaunch and Matt. Oh, my God! Dude, what was that? Slaunch and Matt on that one. But legit spin-outs. Legit spin-outs. Something that you see here... in the Hog series and on this track. Just, again, another thing that we're not used to seeing normally in these situations, but you actually see it here, which is pretty cool. We're going to be going to 5 laps to go. This is a pretty... This was not too bad of a moto caution-wise, but again, at the end here, we're getting into crunch time. Everybody needs those positions. You're going for those last spots, still trying to fight for an overall. Luke and Armada, the favorites at this point, but who knows? If they finish way back, somebody else gets a win. You never know. And speaking of which, green flag, it's detail, and Armada. Armada is on that outside, leading in front of Luke. He's definitely got the advantage for that overall right now. We'll see how this pans out. Armada fighting. Remember, he got a moto win at Cadettis Creek. And what a great run. Armada is making it happen again. Time and time again tonight. He's had so many great outside runs in turn 2 on restarts. I've noticed that's been... I mean, he's done other things well, too, but I noticed that's been his strength a lot of the time. He's really good at making those runs happen on the restart lap in particular. And he does it again, and it's going to get him the lead here. And again, he got that moto win, but wasn't able to get the overall. Who took the overall from him on Cadettis Creek? It was Luke. Now it's Armada trying to take the revenge here on Hogtona. But Detail's got something to say about that. Chasing him down. Multiple 3 wides. Going on the back of the pack. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a caution. And I think that's probably, well, it could be pretty close to green-white checkered territory at this point too. So we'll get an update on that. Let's take a look at this caution because this is a pretty brutal one. All right, so multiple 3-wide battles going on, and as you can see, Soul again, Hunter again, they're clearly in the lag bubble, and right there, yeah, in the wall, Vulcan. Oh yeah, Vulcan goes around, gets airborne. Opix, Matt and what, the wheelie? I think Opix, Matt, and Slaunch making contact at the back there too. I gotta watch that wheelie again now. Yeah, Vulcan going for an absolute roller coaster here.
Complete.
Oh my. I'm sorry. We gotta watch this again. Watch this. How do people find ways, dude? How do people find ways? It never ceases to amaze me. Oh! That might be bonus point worthy. All right. Are we racing to the line? I think we're racing to the line. Sorry, that was just hilarious. We're racing to the line, and it's going to be a tight race to the line, but it's going to be Armada that's going to get detailed to the race to the line there, but it's not going to be the race. I think Luke in 3rd, Roman and Camby. All right. All right, so now... Oh, yeah, we're into it now. Green, white, checkered, no natty light this time. Potentially one more go at it. Let's see who's got what it takes to take the win. The overall first time ever at the Hogtona variant of our classic track here that we started off with many years ago. Green flag. Remember, it's Armada leading him down. Detail around the outside. Luke looking to the inside here. Roman and Camby looking to make something work in the middle. It's going to be difficult for anybody past the top 5, but you never know. Hunter gets cheesed out there. Clean battles. Luke trying to work to second. Armada has got that lead. Detail with a great run. He's going to the inside. 3 wide. We're taking the white. Might be a crash, but we're going to watch the end of this one first. They're going to go all the way to the line just to make sure. Armada still leading him down. Detail in second. Camby third. Luke and then Roman. Armada going for the protection. He slides out. He hits the wall. Detail to the inside. Camby to the outside. And it's Detail, then Camby and Armada. Oh, no. A cheesy finish. Lots to break down there. Let's go back through it all. So we'll go through the earlier crash. Well, I guess we're here. Okay, so I knew that was going to happen. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, so let's break this down. So if you remember, back in this is before. Okay. So if you remember back in, so we've had multiple cheeses with, you know, not having like still going off of an old rule book and not like updating the rule book for a long time. Maybe that's something we'll look into here soon. With like the GWC cheese. So basically, what it comes down to is when it's called, and that's what we saw in the Reach GWC. With Adrenaline Autodome, the dirt track, where there was like 1 million GWCs, and we ended up, we had the 3 GWC rule, and then didn't like how it encouraged to just like crash people, so went to the unlimited, and now we're on the unlimited. But the one thing that it always was not when a crash happens, for the caution call, but when like the caution is called. And for this one, we're thinking it was called pretty late, but let's look at the crash itself too. So right here, so this crash is weird because Hunter like lag cheeses on this one, and these crashes are so hard to call in theater because of like lag cheese. So like right at this moment, I would say like single car, and then when you get to this right here, like that little rub against Vulcan, you could consider that double car potentially, but it's also like kind of a rub. I'd say the contact with Matt is probably more so for sure because he's like getting into the wall. But these, I mean, this is like kind of similar to the, oh my god, this is kind of similar to the crashes that we saw in Adrenaline Autodome as well. I think there's some crashes on the Reach Oval, the Tier S Reach Oval. Anybody remember that? I think there was a similar situation with a crash kind of like this. It's always hard with these crashes where like the secondary contact is like kind of lag determined. Because right there, like that's probably contact with Vulcan. I would say like right here is probably caution, but there's also a little bit of a delay, and they're getting not quite at the line yet, but they're real close to the line when that happens. And to tell you the truth, I think we got all the way to like here before we're like confirming caution or even like aware that it was called in the first place. So this one was tough because of that, but I think because it was so similarly close to the one that we had in Adrenaline Autodome, decided to go with the original results on this finish here, which is, I believe, the same thing that we did in Autodome for that weird caution too. That was like pretty close. Because again, like with the delay, it's hard to tell with not being able to like review the party chat. But, like, if the contact with Vulcan is, like, the actual caution, which I think it is, then I'm assuming that if he did call it, it's probably happening, like, at the line or, like, after the line. And, again, it's hard to tell, though, especially because you have to trust people to call the caution at the wrong time. Or, sorry, at the right time. Because, like, a lot of people, I don't know, I'm not saying Hunter did this, but a lot of people, like, right here are probably calling caution, and this is why, I'll explain it at the end, but this is why we're going to change the rule. But, like, I don't think this is a caution right here. I think this is, like, single car right here. And I think a lot of people are probably, like, calling caution, like, here, which also makes things weird. I don't think it's, like, an official one until, like, right there. Like, you can tell, like, you know, there's, like, for sure some contact here. And then again, like, there's probably a delay on top of that. So, we'll do another video going into it, but basically, past this point, I'm tired of, like, the gray area close caution calls on these GWCs. So to make it easier for everybody, and, like, not debatable, what we're going to do going forward is that, like, if there's a caution called and the restart, I'd have to look up exactly what the NASCAR rules are. I don't remember if they, like, if it's white flag, if they let them go green, for one. I guess we could probably do that in Halo, like a one-lap shootout. In NASCAR, they probably wouldn't, because it, you know, it'd still be, like, under caution. So I'd have to look at it exactly. But basically, like, from the future, going forward, if there's a caution and it's, like, two laps to go when we're lining up, just calling race. Okay, that's our... maybe we'll do that then. We'll decide on it. I don't know if we're going to do, like, one-lap shootout exactly. We'll figure it out if we're going to do one-lap shootout or if it's 2 to go. If we'll just end it, we'll figure it out. But either way, basically we're just doing away with GWC and overtime. And we'll figure out exactly how we want to do it. But we're just doing away with that so that there's no, like, gray area with calls like this. Because I'm tired of, like, you know, a lot of oval races, like, having calls like this. So... like, for this race, it'll be, like, the race back to the line. But for the future, it'll be, like, the race will be over. Which I think people might miss the GWC at first, but I think after a while they'll realize it's definitely better. And also, something I think, too, is that GWCs a lot of the time reward, like, luck, honestly. Like, I think GWCs reward luck a lot of the time. Whereas in these situations where the race will, like, end on that caution, it'll usually be the person that's, like, deserving of the win that'll have it at that point. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, when you have the GWCs, it just throws, like, the rest of the race out of the window a lot of the time. And there's just, like, massive, like, shuffles of position. With this old rule, that won't happen. And there also won't be that gray area. Because it'll be like, you know what I mean? We'll know, like, when the caution's called, we'll know whether we're doing a restart or not. So that gray area won't be there. We don't have to worry about that. And also, again, like, having to go off the call, I see why we have it like that and why we've had it like that. But it's hard to justify when the communication is so... There's so many factors. Like, the communication's so cheese. Mics could cut out. We don't have an actual, like, replay to look at. For the audio, we're kind of going based off what we experienced at the time. I think most people did not hear the call. And again, I'm not saying Hunter didn't call it. It could have been like a cutout. But I think most people experienced that until, like, well after. So not blaming Hunter or anybody on this, but I just think it'll be better this way going forward. Because there's just too many factors. There's just too many factors to that. Like, it's too like ticky-tack. It's not a great way of doing it. It's way too gray area, I think. So going forward, I think this should be better. I think it should be better. I think it should clear up a lot of the confusion. And I think what'll be nice about it is how simple it is. Get to the lead, right? That's going to be what's encouraged under these new rules, is get to the damn lead. You want to be leading if a late race caution comes out. Now, that's not the case, which seems kind of ass backwards, right? Like, shouldn't you want to be in that position late in the race because you're, like, going for the win? So I feel like that's kind of backwards. But anyways, we'll explain it more later. I don't want to cheese too much more for this video. But that's just an explanation. we'll see what people think about it. I think it should be a lot better because GWCs have some excitement sometimes, but more often than not, I think they have a lot of cheese. I think Slaunch can say a lot about being cheesed out of GWC wins and other people as well, but I know it's happened to him a lot. But yeah, I think it should be better. We'll see. We'll at least give it a shot, and if it doesn't work out, reevaluate, but I think it'll work out better. So anyways, so we're calling white here, and we're going to the end. So unfortunate, tough break for Hunter on this one. But he's still got the rest of the season to regain off that. So we got this top 5 battle. It's Armada, Detail, Camby, Luke, and Roman. And you see Roman gets a nice run on the inside of Luke right there, and that might lock up his position there. Luke's got the run on the back straight. And it's pretty well separated, and it's definitely between Armada and Detail at this point. And right there in the corner, Detail decides to go high. It looked like he was going middle, and then like late in the corner, he kind of made the decision to go high and get that run. And maybe it faked out Armada a little bit, or maybe he just had a rough run, but Armada gets the drift right here. And it's just that contact, and that just burned him. Like, yeah, Detail had a run for sure, but he didn't need too much of a run to get by. Like, that was just unfortunate right there with what happened with Armada. He makes the move, though. Got to give him credit there. Didn't get blocked, made the move, heads-up play. Makes the last turn pass for the Moto win, and Camby goes around the outside to take second. But Detail and Camby were not close enough, so Armada in third will still clutch out the overall. He's going to be the overall winner and the Moto 1 winner for Hogtona. And great performance, honestly, because he very easily could have swept the damn night. He very easily could have swept the damn night. But still comes away with 2 podiums, all top 5s, and an overall. That's a pretty damn successful night for a track as crazy as this. Roman does clutch out that pass, so he's going to take 4th. Luke will settle for 5th again. 2nd, 5th on the night. 2 5s and a 1. Still going to be good enough for a tie for 2nd place overall. That win actually clutches out Detail, the 2nd place overall, and a tiebreaker over Luke. So he's going to take 2nd overall. Luke's going to take 3rd. They tied up on points there. Armada took it by 3. We'll break all that down. Further finishes, Soul 6th, Slaunch 7th. Wasn't able to recover, unfortunately. Another race where he ran up front most of it. Opix 8th. Vulcan 9th. Matt 10th. And Hunter 10th. Or 11th, sorry. And Pancake 12th, obviously, pulling off earlier. But yeah, so take a look at it one more time. So in the end, it doesn't even matter. So in the end, that is what we're going with. But yeah, you could tell Detail made looked like a late corner decision right there to go way high, and then gave him the angle. And yeah, you could tell Armada just gets a little loose, and that's all it takes. This track is so treacherous, so easy to make that mistake, and just a little loose, and he's going into the wall. That exit is so scary, as it is in real life. It's not this scary, you know. You're not going to see him going sideways that often, but it is pretty. Turn 4 is pretty rough in real life too. But yeah, so that happens. Detail makes the move, and in classic Daytona fashion, it's got to be an exciting last lap, last turn move. And right there, just look at how close that finish is between Camby and Armada as well. So yeah, unfortunate end to the last moto for Armada, but he's still walking away the Hogtona champion. And what a comeback for him in the last 2 weeks. We're 3 weeks in. We're 3 weeks in to the year, and Armada, after taking a long break, has pulled off 2 moto wins. Damn near could have had 3 tonight alone, and now takes his first overall too. Pretty nuts. Pretty crazy comeback. All right, so in the end, I'll go through it. So it's going to be... So with all that sorted and figured out, it is going to be... We didn't do podium shots because everything was, we didn't know what the hell happened. So we didn't do podium shots for this one. Sorry about that. I want to start doing them, but this was just too... These oval races with these finishes, it's too confusing, man. I'm not going to ask everybody to get back on after either. Okay. So with all it sorted and figured out, Detail will take the win for Moto 3. But Armada, your Moto 1 winner, and 4th place finisher and 3rd place finisher in Moto 2 and 3 is going to take the overall with 44 points. He finishes first overall. He is your first inaugural, potentially annual, we'll see. I definitely like to do these every year. Hogtona champion. So the first Hogtona champion, punch his name into the history books. It's there forever. Detail and Luke will have the Moto wins in the top 3 overall, but the overall champion's going to be Armada in this one. So congrats to him on that. That's pretty sick. Detail. Oh, new Daytona winner, by the way. New Daytona winners. So Detail never got a Moto win. Armada never got a Moto win at Daytona. They both picked up Moto wins. So 2 new Daytona Moto winners here and a new Daytona overall winner too. So that's pretty cool. All right. So yeah, now that I got through that, so it's Armada, and then Detail takes second place overall. He got the heat win. Him and Luke got the heat wins. He got a solid podium in Moto 1. An unfortunate 7th place. Definitely could have had a better run there at the end of Moto 2. Had a chance at it, but it didn't work out in the end. But then he regained and had a roller coaster of a Moto 3. Yeah, absolute wild run for him in Moto 3. Eventually makes it happen and gets the Moto win here. And it's going to put him over Luke in the tiebreaker for 2nd place overall. They both have 41 points. Again, Armada had 44. So Luke's going to take 3rd place overall. With, again, the heat win and then the 5-1-5. So only 1 podium, but that 1 podium was the dub. 2 top 5s. Decent run for 3rd overall. And then 4th place overall is Roman. Roman takes your 4th place overall. He takes 4th place in the Moto as well. But yeah, he had a rough first Moto 8th, but then he went 2-4 to end the night. Gets 4th place overall with 37. And then I'll start speeding these up. I wanted to do it for the top 3, but I'll start speeding these up. Okay, so Slaunch, where is he? Slaunch could have been better. Could have been better. He could have had a very good night. But, you know, some of those motos weren't working out for him, but he still had a great Moto 1 run, and he still did a good job recovering what he could in the other ones. Ran up front a lot, ends up settling for 5th overall, 32 points. Tiebreaker over this driver over here, Camby. Camby had a good run in that last moto to try to catch up to him, but it wasn't enough. Camby's going to take 6th. Loses that tiebreaker to Slaunch, 32 points. Soul is going to take 7th with 29 points. Overall, Vulcan, it gets very tight, by the way, in this back part of the field. Vulcan 8th, where the hell is he? Vulcan 8th with 27 points. Matt taking home 9th with 26 points and got a top 5. So good for him there. Opix, he gets the tiebreaker over Opix. Opix tied with him, 26 points as well. I was going to take 10th. Pancake is over there. Had to pull off for the last moto. But he's going to take 11th overall still with 24 points. And then Hunter... Hunter, unfortunate with the last one. So that's tough. He's going to have to settle for 12th overall, but he'll bring it back in the next one. No cheese rules. Doesn't have to worry about that. So 22 points for him. And then Blake pulling off after the first moto. He's going to be 13th with 4 points. So that's your full overall. I know I went through a lot in this one, but I figured for, you know, this being what are they called? Crown Jewel, that's what it is, like a Crown Jewel like type event. I thought I'd give everybody their flowers for the positions, everybody that showed up. Thanks to everyone that did show up. Cool event. Definitely looking forward to the rest of the hog season. So yeah, like the top 3 was very close. Armada, Detail, and Luke definitely ended up being very close, but Armada was just too good on the day. Roman was just a little bit outside of that group, but he was, you know, still solidly ahead of the rest. And then the rest were so close. Slaunch in 5th to Hunter in 12th is just a 10-point gap. So yeah, it was very competitive. So yeah, that's going to kick it off, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed the setup for this race. Again, go watch that trailer again, please. It's awesome. I'm really proud of it. But yeah, now we're going to ride off into that's freaking bright. I wanted a sunset. Eagle River sunset was better. Holy shit. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So next week, we're going to be doing Claystone Compound. We're going to Claystone again, Rallycross race. And we're going to go back to doubleheaders, as in 2 motos. Sorry, as in 2 motos. We're going to do, not doubleheaders. 2 motos, 1 track, heats and 2 motos, like classic format. Motos will be a little bit longer for the hogs, but again, not as long as tonight. Tonight had cautions and a triple crown. Tonight was going to be a lot longer. I think the normal format will be pretty good, honestly. It'll be pretty similar to like stuff that we did last year, so don't worry about it. These triple crown ovals are just an exception. But yeah, so That's the run of it. One last time, congrats to Armada, new overall winner and Moto winner. So we got a new, and detail on the Moto win as well. So we had 2 new names to add to the history books for Daytona winners. And all 3 of them running up front right here. All 3 of them in the overall top 3. But yeah, Armada taking it home and leading the points going into week 2 for the Hogs. What a great start to the season. Don't miss Claystone. Claystone's a pretty cheesy track. Hope to see you guys there. Should be pretty fun.